Hello. So here's a topic in calculus that some of you may find a little difficult. So the topic is the intermediate value theorem, or the IVT. So when will you use the intermediate value theorem? Where will you use the IVT? So if it is not specified in the problem, so when will you use it? So maybe in the problem it will be specified to use the intermediate value theorem, so that would give you an idea that you need to use it. So what is this theorem? What is it about? So let me explain the theorem in simple terms, all right? So what is IVT, or the intermediate value theorem, in simple terms? All right, so imagine you are hiking from the bottom of a hill to the top. So you're actually hiking, starting from the bottom of the hill and going to the top. So at the bottom of the hill, you are at 0 feet elevation. So that is the elevation at the bottom of the hill, all right? So you start from there. So you start your hike from the foot of the hill. So at the top of the hill, you are at 100 feet elevation. So that's the elevation at the top of the hill. So the bottom one is 0, and the top of the hill, it's actually 100 feet. So you walk from the bottom to the top without teleporting or flying. Of course, you don't teleport yourself. So without flying, without jumping, you just walk, you just hike from the bottom to the top. So the path is continuous. So that means you cannot skip over any ground. So that means it's actually smooth. Going from the bottom to the top is actually continuous, smooth. There's no way that you could actually skip over any ground. Or there's no way of flying, of course. So all you need to do is just walk, starting from the bottom, and you reach to the top, which is 100 feet elevation. So the intermediate value theorem states that, so the IVT states that you must walk past every elevation between 0 and 100 to get to the top. Yeah, common sense. Imagine that. The elevation at the bottom is 0. The elevation at the top is 100. So if you walk from the bottom to the 100 to the top, so we could assume that you have walked past every elevation from 0 to 100 to get to the top. That's correct, right? That's common sense. So if you start from 0 and you go to the elevation of 100, so if you walk from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, then you must have walked every elevation existing there is, from the bottom to the top, from 0 to 100. And that is what IVT states. Now, the IVT would assume that there is something in the middle that you have walked over. Right? So the IVT would assume that you have, of course, passed the 50 feet, that you must have walked the 50 feet elevation, right? That you must have passed through the 23.4 feet, right? That you must have passed through the 97.2 feet, right? You must have passed all those elevations going to the top, because you started at 0 and you will end up at 100. That means the path forces you to hit every single number in between. The path would actually make you cross every single number or elevation in between. So the intermediate value theorem, so to reach the 100 feet from 0 along a continuous path, you must pass through every elevation in between. And that is the intermediate value theorem, right? For you to reach the 100 feet from 0 feet along a continuous path, you must pass every elevation that is in between 0 to 100. So this is you start at 0, and you want to reach here at the very end or the top of the hill at 100 feet. So the path is continuous. There's no skipping, no flying. So you just walk from 0 to 100. And as you walk this stretch from 0 to 100, IVT would assume that you have actually passed every elevation existing here. Every elevation, even the decimal point, like 2.5, right, or 3.9 feet, you've passed through it because you've reached the top of 100 feet. Now let us relate it to IVT. So if you have a continuous line or a graph that starts low or negative and ends up on a positive, then the line must have crossed the 0 line somewhere in between. Okay, let's read it again. So if you start at a very low, which is a negative point, and then it will end up in a positive. So it starts negative and the line would end with a positive. So from negative to a positive. So the line, so we would assume that the line must have crossed the 0 line somewhere in the middle, right? Because for the line to reach the positive, it must cross the 0 line. It must have passed or crossed the 0 line. So coming from negative, it will cross the 0 line, and from the 0 line, it goes to the positive. So although it is not mentioned in here, but the IVT would actually states or assume that it must have crossed somewhere as it travels from the negative to the positive, as the line travels from 0 and ends up with a positive value. That means the line must have crossed the 0 line. So in the hiking scenario, the hike doesn't tell me the exact mileage marker where I crossed 0 feet. Maybe it was at 1.2 miles. Maybe at 1.7 miles I crossed the 0 feet. So the IVT would just guarantee that at some point it actually exists. See? So that is what an IVT is. It guarantees that it exists. Although it is not mentioned, but it guarantees that it exists. Because you just have to look at the beginning and the end. So somewhere in between, IVT guaranteed that it exists. All right? So in calculus, this is incredibly powerful because it lets you make a definitive statement without existence, even when you don't have the exact number. Although when you don't have the exact number, right? You can have a decision that it exists because you've proven it, right? So let us summarize. So here is the function, my path. Here is the starting point and the ending point. So there is a starting point, there is an ending point. So you start at elevation which is negative, and you end up with an elevation which is positive. Since my path is continuous path, that means no cliffs, no breaks. Therefore, there must be a point somewhere, a point C, between starting and the ending, right? Where C is not 0. So if you are using a common sense of hiking to prove the mathematical point of a calculus, all right? I hope you understand that. So that is basically the idea of a intermediate value theorem, right? So you see the beginning point, and you see the ending point, and then somewhere in between you must realize that it exists, no? Because of the situation of what is starting and what is ending. All right, so that is the IVM. So in the next video we will have a problem that involves the intermediate value theorem. All right, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again in my next video. See ya.